Monday, July 28th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce, and you know you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Deonna Purrazzo, we have an update on her contract status. She is pretty much signed through the end of 2026. I'm a huge fan of Deonna Purrazzo. I would like more for her. I think truly, and I truly believe that once Athena transitions fully to AEW, then a lot of the women that are in Ring of Honor can be used just more. Alex Windsor, Deonna, Taya Valkyrie, Red Velvet when she comes back from injury, Queen Aminata, because she's been primarily a Ring of Honor person, but going back and forth in AEW when needed. It's going to be really good for them. So I want to see Deonna Purrazzo do big things. Even she is a former Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. Eric Bischoff keeps on hating. He said that Dynamite surpassing WCW Nitro in episodes is just a participation trophy. Bro, we get it. You're a hater. You don't like AEW. You don't have to keep trying to downplay them. They've surpassed WCW. Yes, WCW was bigger because of that era, but like, they're here. You're not. You've ruined two companies. Hush. If you pay close attention on Raw this past Monday, the medical personnel staffer checking on Dominic Mysterio was none other than wrestler Alex Grassi. You know her from her time in AEW, Shimmer, Ring of Honor, TNA, NWA, Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. She's a solid talent. Hopefully this will be the start of bigger things for her. The WWE is interested in a former AEW star in an unexpected role. They want Layla Hirsch, but not as a wrestler, but they want her as a referee, which is absolutely stupid. Layla Hirsch is one of the best mat tacticians in women's wrestling today. Has a unique look and can just go. Maybe she wants to be a ref, but this would be a major downgrade for her. Gia Miller has broken her silence after the attack by Tessa Blanchard. Listen, she's taking some time off. At the end of the day, I'm ready to see Gia Miller get back in the ring, and it will help to be against someone who's despised but also just fantastic in the ring in Tessa Blanchard. Pat McAfee finally issued an apology after spreading a viral lie about an Ole Miss student. He came up with this claim from the anonymous app called Yik Yak, and it picked up traction saying that she slept with someone's father, and it just picked it from there. He never retracted it up until now, so he sent an apology on air on his show to her and her family. Looks like a Smackdown star will be moving over to Raw soon. That will be none other than Jimmy Uso, and it's very obvious for two reasons why Jimmy Uso will be moving on to Raw. One, Jay's over on Raw, and we can get back to doing the Usos. And two, his wife is no on Raw, Naomi. Just move Jimmy over to Raw, and let's keep it going. We'll see how that works out with the whole Bloodline saga going on SmackDown. And two names have been announced for Bloodsport. That will be none other than Pete Dunne. He will be making his return, and the other is none other than Charlie Dempsey. Okay, I'm looking forward to this one. An NXT superstar has officially, former NXT superstar has officially crossed the line. That would be Mara Sade, formerly known as Jakara Jackson. She is officially part of the TNA Knockouts division roster. Good. I've been saying you got to expand the Knockouts division. Death for Dishonor has moved once again, and is now will be held on August 29th, and it's moving because Tony Khan doesn't miss TV. He made a commitment to be at a wedding on the previous date, which was September 5th. So Death Before Dishonor will be going down on August 29th at the famous 2300 Arena. I got my tickets for the last week of shows. I'm going to the last Dynamite collision of that week. Maybe I can try to go to another show. We'll see how that plays out. The SummerSlam comedy show hosted by Tony Hinchcliffe has been canceled. Low ticket sales, and we know what went down with the WrestleMania After Dark, whatever, which is not a good look. Alberto Del Patron is no longer a part of AAA, and he's clearly not going to be signed by the WWE. So we will see what's next for him. Where will he pivot to? I don't see TNA signing him because of their partnership with WWE, and I don't even think AEW would sign him either. So we will see with him. Maybe he goes and signs with CMLL, the rival promotion of AAA. Drew McIntyre is stuck overseas at home because he forgot his American passport, and like he got to to the gates, and I'm like, listen, I know who you are. I've seen you come here throughout the time. I've checked you out. Can't let you through. Sorry. This is an issue. WWE believes they're going to get it cleared up by the time before we get to SummerSlam. On the injury side of things, Will Ospreay will be taking some time off, but he says he will be back in time for Forbidden Door. What he would do at the show, I don't know. I'm expecting maybe him versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the New Japan World Championship. And he has two herniated discs that are like in going into his spinal cord, and his doctor says it's treatable. We'll see how that goes. Looks like Bianca Belair might be having surgery on her finger that is still not properly healed, which has kept her from being in the ring. Gabe Kidd has to pull out of the G1 Climax as he got injured during a match. It was his loss to Konosuke Takeshita. He tried to power through. They finished the match, but he cannot finish competing in the tournament. Apollo Crews is healing up, and it looks like he'll be returning from his pectoral injury very shortly. The Guns were supposed to be getting a nice solid push before, I believe, Colton Gunn got hurt. Yeah, the Colton Gunn got hurt. Juice Robinson replaced him in the tournament, so we shall see what goes down there, as it was a knee injury. Thunder Rosa's taking time off. She's been pulled from the road. She has an undisclosed injury, so we'll just see what goes on with her. She's chilling, she's relaxing. And if you've been living under a rock and you don't know, the legendary, the GOAT, Hulk Hogan has passed away. He was 71. His life is complicated. His legacy is complicated. You can celebrate the character of Hulk Hogan and everything that they did for professional wrestling and making it a global sensation. And Hulk Hogan was everywhere during the 80s and the 90s. We would not have pro wrestling if it wasn't for Hogan. But the man, Terry Bollea, was a piece of shit. And people should know that. He was a racist. And you can bounce back, and he never truly did. Yes, the waves of support and the mourning and the tributes are pouring in, but you have to acknowledge everything on the surface, that Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea, two sides of the same coin. You can honor one while not honoring the other. We'll be right back. How we do. We start off with the week in review. Monday Night Raw. The show gets the fist as Roman Reigns lays it all out. We start off with the Judgment Day showing up, and Dom gets his car parked by the valet. Well, takes his keys, and it's none other than AJ Styles. This will be a recurring theme throughout the show. Punk is preparing for Gunther. He says he's ready. He's a beast. He's a monster. He's going to beat him. And Gunther's like, bro, you're going to regret getting there with me. I'm going to hurt you. Punk better not be coming. Naomi Punk, Stephanie Vaquera says, listen, I'm going to do something you can't do, won't do. And that's beat Io Sky. All right? Because remember, Stephanie Vaquera gets the championship match of her choosing. It's against the Raw Women's World Champion at Clash in Paris. Sheamus beats Rusev, so they will be having their rubber match at some point. This is pretty solid. Dragon Lee confronts El Grande Americano, saying he's a disgrace to Luchador, so we know who he is under the mask. Bayley ignores Lyra after, Bayley got the tag title match that they were supposed to have at WrestleMania, and it throws Lyra off her game. The LWO ended up defeating the New Day and the Creeds to become the #1 contenders for the tag team championships. It was probably the most shocking win, maybe of the year. Io Sky challenges Stephanie Vaquero to a match later in the evening. The Judgment Day are just out and about in the back, and AJ Styles is the janitor. So once again, he's following Dom. Dom's still quote unquote not cleared. Grayson Waller tells the New Day that Austin Theory's injured, he can now help them. Becky Lynch says Lyra is selfish, wanting to win 2 belts and taking opportunities from other women. But Becky says it's different when she did it. Lyra and Lynch are set in terms of their rematch. So if Lyra loses, she can't challenge Becky while Becky's champion. And for Becky to compete this match, there will be no DQ, I believe. Lyra then gives Becky the manhandle slam after Becky tried attacking her. The Judgment Day then end up defending the championships, tag team championship against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. But they retain, not only thanks to Dominic Mysterio's interference, but Becky Lynch attacking Lyra Valkyria, and Becky was actually hiding under the ring. She never went to the back. She just rolled out of the ring after she got the manhandle slam. And AJ Styles was on the medical staff checking on Dom after Dom got attacked by Bayley. And Karrion Kross beat Sammy after Scarlett gave him a pipe. So it looks like they're having their rubber match at SummerSlam. Dom is cleared and attacks AJ. Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquero ended in a DQ after Chelsea Green and her cabinet attack. Naomi joined in and Rhea Ripley made the save. So of course we're going to get like an 8-woman tag match or something. Paul Heyman offers Roman Reigns the leadership of the group while Seth Rollins is out, and Roman's like, nah, you didn't help me, you didn't do this. This was Jay and Jimmy and Solo and Jacob and even Sammy. Braun just losing, he's crashing out. Roman rebuts Paul with all of that, so Braun rebuts Roman like, yo, you're done, you're past, you're old news, I'm just done with you. They end up fighting. Roman tried a cute little attack, but it failed. So Braun and Bronson just beat his ass, and he's about to catch a tsunami. So Jay made a save over on Dynamite. Hangman Page is not scared at all. The tag team title eliminator series is announced. It'll be just the tournament, and the winner faces the Hurt Syndicate at Forbidden Door. Renee Young asks Heyman why he's still dealing with the Death Riders after defeating Jon Moxley, but MJF interrupts and says he's going to beat him like he has done before. It's just inevitable. Hangman beat Wheeler Yuta, blooded him, and tells him that the rest of the Death Riders were not coming for you, and they didn't come for Wheeler Yuta. Athena says Tony's movie is almost over. It's up to Billy just to take out Tony and to hurt her. He ain't even got to beat her. FTR defeated Jet Speed to advance in the tournament. This is a really good match. Cope hires the Hurt Syndicate to take care of FTR, which they just brawl and they fight. And then Cope accidentally spears a security girl who was pulled into his path. The Patriarchy are now uncaged. I'm assuming that's going to be their name. I would have called them the Matriarchy. I think I'm going to still call them the Matriarchy because Mama Wayne, but we'll see. I also want to know if Hangman can do it again. Can you buck up? Can you beat me one more time? Will Ospreay comes out and says he's hurt, but he should be back for Forbidden Door. He thanks Swerve and he says, listen, Hangman, you're a champion I can be proud of. I'm gonna want that rematch, bruv. It's all good. Swerve comes out and celebrates with him. Willow Nightingale defeated says she wants Thekla, and you can find her in the ring. MJF pisses off Bobby Lashley. He's like, yo, hold on. So Cope's part of the Hurt Syndicate. I have to, work my way here. And MVP's like, bro, we are in the business of hurting people. It was a business decision. MJ's like, yo, can we get the business of getting my championship back? And MVP's so smooth. Shelton Benjamin excuses Renee out because it was an interview. And he walks over to Lashley and just takes his championship off his shoulder. And then Lashley just grips up MJF. Says, listen, I didn't want you here. Thumbs down. Woo! Swerve ended up Tony Storm defeated Billy Starks. Windsor made the stave, stopping Athena from cashing in. Swerve Strickland defeated Hachicero by DQ. Brodito made the save, and Swerve fought off Okada. Ricochet and the Gates of Agony will get all the respect and all the gold. MJF crosses the line again with Mark Briscoe and escapes his wrath. In the main event, Mark Briscoe defeated Claudio Castagnoli. While the Death Riders are in the ring, Heyman just comes out, steps up to Jon Moxley, and puts the title on the line next week. Everyone is banned from ringside. It's you, me, and a referee, and Mox accepts. There you go. Over on Impact, this was the Slammiversary Fallout show, and they're fighting back against NXT. This show gets a fist. So Masha Slamovich gets her rematch, granted by Santino Marella. The System will fight off NXT. Trick and First Class come out, and the System challenges him like, yo, what's up? And then Order 4 comes out and brawls with the System. So it looks like we're pivoting to Order 4 and the System. We've actually turned the System into faces. Wow. I wonder who's going to lead the group while Moose is out healing. Baron Cardona wants to reunite with Brian Myers to fight the Great Hands. The Inspiration and their debuting Maura Sade defeated the Elegant Brand. Santana walks off because he's dejected about his loss. Danny Luna challenges Indy Hartwell to a match. Eric Young says he's the only one that can cleanse TNA. Leon Slade and the Hardys celebrate their championship wins. Steve Macklin comes out and says he will also join the fight against NXT. Jake Something defeated Mance Warner. JC Jane, in a really solid promo, runs down the Knockouts division. Like, why are you shocked that I'm your champion? It's got a point. The Great Hands defeated Matt Cardona and Brian Myers after the Secret Service new member chokeslam Matt Cardona. Security makes Kaz leave commentary. He wanted to be on commentary for the main event match, which was Mike Santana versus Joe Hendry. They get him out of here. Santana ends up beating Hendry, and they show respect to each other. So once again, TNA being TNA waits too long to pull the trigger. They're probably going to pull the trigger on Santana at Bound for Glory, but like, should have just did it at Slammiversary. Over on SmackDown, this was the Hulk Hogan tribute show, plus everything else we got going on with the stories. The show gets a fist, so we open up with the Hogan tribute and 10-bell salute, and everybody on the stage. You know how we do. We had Randy Orton, Jelly Roll, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul just all fight, so we're getting hyped for that tag team match at SummerSlam. Roxanne Perez defeated Alexa Bliss, but Alexa Bliss pretty much dominated this match, and in no way, shape, or form should Alexa Bliss ever dominate Roxanne Perez in a wrestling ring. Jade Cargill defeated Chelsea Green, and Tiffany Stratton made the save. Are Tiffy and Charlotte and Alexa Bliss friends? Or are they just partners? Cody Rhodes is focused on beating John Cena at SummerSlam. The Miz steps up to Jacob Fatu, gives him a slap in the face. They'll have their match. Aleister Black and Damian Priest will fight next week. Jacob ended up defeating the Miz, and then MFT attacked, and Jay tried making the save, but we failed because of Tala Tonga. DIY tells the Street Profits that they will fix this mess since Street Profits couldn't represent the tag team division properly. Zelina Vega steps to Julia, and she now has a mouthpiece in Kiana James. Kiana James is really, really good on the mic, so this is great for both of them. It helps Julia along while she gets more acclimated to English, and Kiana James is now back on TV. In the main event, Andrade and Rey Fenix beat the Wyatts by DQ. This was for the tag team championship, but all the teams ended up brawling, and Adam Pearce, who was standing in for Nick Aldis, who was out, makes a tag team title match between all 6 teams at SummerSlam, and it will be tables, ladders, and chairs. So that means Rey Fenix and Andrade, DIY, Wyatts, the Street Profits. Who am I missing? I believe Berto and Garza. And there's one more team. And the Motor City Machine Guns. Match might be the match of the weekend. It just might be the match of the week. I'm just saying. Over on Collision, they were playing it safe. Dustin Rhodes defeated Lee Moriarty, retaining the TNT Championship. Cloud Fletcher comes out and demands his match, which Dustin Rhodes will give him next week in a street fight. Tony Storm dares Athena to cash in. The Bang Bang Gang, Juice, and Austin Gunn defeated Big Bill and Brian Keith to advance in the tag team title tournament. Don Callis reminds Shane Taylor about the 8-man tag match later in the evening and taking out the Outrunners. Anthony Bowens answered the Who Can Survive 5 with the best wrestler alive. Ended up defeating Max Caster, but we might be getting a double turn, ladies and gentlemen, because after the match, he kept attacking Caster, and Billy Gunn had to pull him off, and he went to check on Max Caster. Listen, I'm all for an Acclaimed redemption arc. I'm all for it. AR Fox steps up to Nick Wayne, and Nick's like, yo, get a tag team partner. And me and Kip beat you. Spoiler alert. They beat him. The Outrunners, Ishii and Halgame defeated Lance Archer, Hatashira with the Infantry. The Triangle of Madness, that's the official name of Thekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue defeated Lady Luck, Maserati, and Rochelle Ellering. It's always great to have Rochelle on TV, and even Lady Luck. Queen Amada marched out to the ring. She still got the black mist on her face, but Mega B took her out with a powerbomb. Like the spoiler said, Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian defeated AR Fox and Angelico. I wanted this match to go longer because everybody in this match is so talented. Statlander, she's not letting Willow Nightingale move on. Thank you, Stat, for being a good friend, Willow. Thank you for this and thank you for that. And Statlander is crashing out. Her and Willow are going to probably go at it again in the main event. Alex Windsor tried, but she failed to defeat Athena, who retained the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. It was a really solid match. Toni Storm made the save after the match. Our matches of the week from the G1. We got a couple matches. The G1 is killing it right now. Taichi versus David Finlay. Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. versus El Phantasmo, and Konosuke Takeshita versus Shota Umino. Check out that last match. Please go check out that last match. From Dynamite, Mark Briscoe versus Claudio Castagnoli. From Impact, Mike Santana versus Joe Hendry. And from Collision, Athena versus Alex Windsor for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Our star of the week, giving it to the Smackdown Tag Team Division. They have been killing it, as opposed to whatever's going on with the Raw Tag Team Division, but the SmackDown Tag Team Division has been a house of fire. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. I see you when I see you. Peace.